Right guys, how are we all doing? So we're back with another wee review. Get rid of that. Previously I did a review on the SubZero clone mech mod. Competition, SubZero competition clone, comes with the RDA. Quite a nice mech, one of my favourites actually. When I did the review I didn't have a build on it, so I didn't vape on it during that video. And that video attracted a lot of views. It had 1,300 views. So I thought I would stick a little build on it and let you guys know what I think of it and how it vapes. I got some Wrathful wires, 24 gauge NI80, lovely stuff. If you haven't checked out Wrathful wires yet, I would suggest checking that out. Wire spelt with a Z, W-I-R-E-Z, wires. I'll stick a wee link in the description so you can get to their website. Yummy stuff. So I'm going to do this on a 2mm bit. I'm going to do 7 wraps, and it should hopefully turn out around about 0.2 ohms. So we shall see. Sticking it in there. Just using the Coil Master build kit. It's got a good little kit, the Coil Master. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Obviously I've cut way too much wire. I always end up cutting way too much wire. It's a speciality of mine, wasting stuff. Been doing it since I was a kid, just ask my father. He'll tell you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you only get 2 post holes with the SubZero, so if you're doing a dual coil, which I am, you're gonna have to pick the wire that you use to fit the holes. You know, they are quite large though. Quite big holes, so you can get quite a lot in there. As you can see, deck, there's no juice well in there, just a flat deck, and that is the surround for it with the airflow holes and all that on there. You can see the masses of airflow underneath. It's pretty good. And you've got these big holes on the top, your air holes where your airflow comes through. You get massive grub screws that you can block them off with if you choose to do a single coil. But we're doing a dual coil in this case. I'm just going to chuck it in real quick. I don't know, I might edit this part out if it takes me too long. Yeah. So I like to throw it in and just kind of bend my wires so that they hold the coil in place while I stick the other one in. What I like to do is get the coils sitting just nicely over the top of the airflow holes, so you get direct air straight to the coils, maximising your cloud and flavour. Okay, so the grub screws on this, I've taken mine all the way out. You don't have to do that, but the grub screws go on the top. And you've only got 2 to do, so that's not too bad. So screw it in place. And as you can see, you're probably wondering why I've got it on a regulated mod. I've got it on a regulated mod because I currently don't have an ohm meter. I broke mine, so I'm using the regulated mod to test the ohms. It does the job. I'm not going to build to the point where, you know, this should read a 0.2 build, no problem. SIG 150 TC, decent mod. I will get another ohm reader at some point. I've been looking for a 521 tab. But haven't had the pennies to buy one yet. I keep spending on other things like children and wives. Okay, so there it is. It's a bit kind of wonky and a bit kind of squint right now, so we shall neaten it up. Just turning the wattage down just in case I fire it. So I'm just going to push it down, ever so slightly push it down, just so it's nice and close to those big massive airflow holes. Not touching, but close. I'm going to get my pliers and I'm just going to use them to shift this across a bit because it's not sitting quite where I want it to. I'm just going to squish it up a bit and shift it over there. The other one's pretty spot on. Just a little bit of a squeeze. So I can go down a little bit further. Okay. So there you go. I have them sitting fairly close to the air holes, as you can see. So we give them a little pulse. My ceramic tweezers. Need the ceramic tweezers. Just need a little rub just to even them up a bit there. There we go. Glowing nicely from the inside out. And reasonably evenly as well. Get it wicked. Get it juiced. Give it a vape. Cotton bacon. Good stuff. Pretty tasty stuff. Not much to it really, you kind of just take it out. I like to cut a piece off that I'm going to use. Now, you tend to waste quite a bit of cotton when you first start kind of building, dripping, wicking, all that kind of stuff. But once you've been doing it for a wee while, you kind of get to knowing what you're going to use, so you only cut what you use. Rather than wasting it. So these are really tiny coils, macro coils I suppose you could call them, 2 mil and below. So you don't need a massive amount of wick. Just enough. Don't need that wee bit there. There you go. Just like to trim them just so that they're going to touch the build deck These aren't going to get tucked in just yet because, well, you'll find out why in a second. That's pretty much it. I don't like to do too much. Some people fluff them up and trim edges off and all sorts of things. I don't tend to do too much. I said that was going to come in at around about 0.2 and it's sitting at 0.22. There you go. So we'll get it off of here. I've got it sitting on the 510 pin, as you can see. Now this comes off. Hopefully it will come off. You do get a tool in the box for this that slots into those wee holes, but I've lost it. So it just comes off just like that. Alright, we don't need that now. We're not going to be putting it, we're going to be putting it straight onto the tube. You do get an extra piece that sits on top of the tube. There it is. So that just sits, screws into your tube like that. Then you can put your 510 piece in, but it's an extra place that you can have some voltage drop, so I would recommend against it. So once you've got it like that, you get your little pin there and you just screw that in. Now what you'll need to do is adjust it, because once you put it on there, if it doesn't fire, take it out, give it a wee adjustment and keep doing that till it fires. We'll probably have to do that when we put it back together. Now this piece, the RDA, sorry, mod, slides in the top. So you just pop it in, push it down. There's a couple of little lugs on the bottom. They lock in to the gaps that are there, and that locks it in place. So for your airflow, closed, open, doesn't go any further than that. And that's it. So we'll stick it back on. I'll see if it's going to fire. And it's going to fire, no problem. Be careful there because I don't actually have any juice on it. Now, as you'll notice, my cotton's got all screwed up, so I'm just going to tidy the cotton up, push it down to the base of the deck, away from the airflow. You don't want juice dripping down into your airflow or a leak. Find my chuff cap, which is there, and grab me some juice and give it a vape. What am I going to juice it up with? I'm going to go with some of the sponsors. Blue Lush, FTTPD's blush, Blue Lush. I call it blush. It's basically blue slush puppy. Doesn't have any cooling agent or menthol in it. Kind of tastes like slush puppy once the ice is all melted. Oh yes, it's firing nicely. I can smell it. It's going to be lovely. So there you go. Not too difficult to build on once you know how to. Clouds for days. Flavors are awesome. You got massive airflow on this. It's all the way around, you know, all the way around. What's that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 massive airflow holes, and where it goes to is completely hollow. The build deck starts at about there, so it's completely hollow from there to there. The air just rushes in straight onto the coils. Lovely. Oh, if you haven't tried Wrathful Wires, you need to try it. They just give out some really nice flavour. I'm going to get some higher gauge stuff. Well, I'd say higher gauge, it's actually a lower gauge, but thicker metal, thicker wire next time. 0.24 is alright, but I quite fancy the 0.20 gauge, 20 gauge wire. So yeah, that's it. Another quick review from Northern Clouds. As always, make sure you check out the Facebook page, Northern Clouds. I'll stick a wee link in the description. Make sure you check out FTTPD's the sponsors page, and Viper Printing Associates for all your lovely t-shirt needs. That's it for me. I've done 2 reviews tonight. I'm going to call it a night and probably hit the hay just shortly. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Wow. As always, stay cloudy, peeps.